figure it out. The better figure it out. The better figure it out fast. Same with you, New York Giants. You better figure it out. You better figure it out fast. Now your money is not gonna be. You don't have to worry about the same type of money for Daniel Jones. He not gonna get no 215, 220 guaranteed money. But at the same time, what else is out there? The same teams goes the same teams are the same of who needs a quarterback. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Vegas, Atlanta, Carolina, New Orleans. Um, I would say a 7 pick is worth Daniel Jones as right now, but I wouldn't want to do that. If anything, franchise tag Saquon Barkley. Of all honesty, franchise tag him. Go ahead and see what kind of contract you can give to Daniel Jones, and kick the can down the road and try to figure it out as the years go by. See if y'all could do the same or what y'all did last season, next season, you know, and then go ahead and give Saquon a nice little contract if he could do the same thing he did last season. Because last season he was magnificent. Season before that he was at home injured. Last season Daniel Jones was magnificent. Season before that he about to get his job taken away from Tyrod Taylor. I can't even think of the guy's name. And it's the same guy that I was like, man, I can't wait until they bench Daniel Jones for this man. And now I can't even think of his name. Tyrod Taylor, something like that. But so there's no quarterbacks out there. There's no teams that needs a quarterback that's worth first round picks. Um, I mean, just go ahead and give him the contract. But yeah, franchise tag Saquon. And if I as a fan, I would love for y'all to pay all of them. Don't franchise tag nobody. But thinking like if I own a football team, one of y'all gotta get franchise tag. And knowing that there's no real market for quarterbacks out there right now, ain't gonna be my quarterback. It's gonna be my injury prone running back. We're gonna see if he could if he can repeat his performance from last season or not. So yeah, franchise tag was going on right now. With those in the NFL, it starts. It believe it. Yeah, it starts today. Deadline's March 7th. Franchise tag talks starting today. Begins today. We also got something going on with quarterback carousel. I mentioned Las Vegas. They need a quarterback. Why? Because they released Derek Carr. So Derek Carr is visiting the Jets today. Actually, he's going to visit the New York Jets. I believe he already visited the Saints, but I mean, let's face it, he not going to the Saints unless the Jets don't want him. He's going to try to go to the Jets. He's going to try to go to New York, of course. So big talks here. What should the Jets do? And you got a free agent in Derek Carr who could probably give you about 11 or 12 wins. Then you got a quarterback in Aaron Rodgers who on paper should get you to the Super Bowl, but he has not been in the Super Bowl since what 2011, I think it was the year 2011. He had not been in the Super Bowl since 2011, I believe. Um, he keep getting bumped out the first rounds, even though he gets a lot of regular season wins and wins a lot of MVPs. Let me see, and he's gonna cost you the farm. He's gonna cost you about $40 million, something like that. Yeah, he's gonna cost you about $40 million, and he's gonna cost you draft picks because you gotta make trades because he's still on the Green Bay Packers roster. But at the same time, it's Aaron Rodgers though. That's Aaron Rodgers though. Like let's not forget that. That's Aaron Rodgers though. You know, like the TV time that the New York Jets would get next season. Oh man, they would be on. Let me see, over under Monday Night Football games for the New York Jets. I'm saying 2. I'm saying 2, and I will go over. But I would say 2 Monday Night Football games. It'll be just like when Tom Brady went to Tampa. We did not talk about Tampa at all for like 20 years. Like at all. The only time we talked about Tampa is with James Winston. We wasn't talking about Tampa. We're talking about James Winston, and not for the positive. We're talking about him stealing crab legs and stuff. We wasn't talking about what he's doing for this team and everything. No. And just to remind you, James Winston was a first round pick. That means at one point Tampa Bay was the worst team in the league. They get Tom Brady, and that's all we talk about. And they won a chip. So it'd be the same thing for the New York Jets. The same exact thing. That's all we will talk about. And if we gave a team in Florida that much of the spotlight, imagine what we would do for a team in New York City. We wouldn't shut up about them like at all. So I mean, if you feel like you got about 2 to 4 seasons with Aaron Rodgers, 2 to 4 good years with Aaron Rodgers, man, that probably be the most efficient 2 to 4 years for the New York Jets since Keyshawn Johnson. And I'm not even talking about Brett Favre. I went as bad as Keyshawn Johnson. You know what I mean? Because with Brett Favre, we were saying, oh, it doesn't look right. You know, he don't fit in New York City. We said the same thing about Aaron Rodgers too, but I think more for Brett Favre than Rodgers. It just ain't look right. It just ain't look right. And you didn't get 2 to 4 years. You got 1. And he was gone. At least you know Rodgers is actually going to stay probably the rest of his career in New York City. You know, that's TV games. That's the Jets gonna be talked about, and the Jets might actually go to Super Bowl for the next 4 years. It can happen. Cincinnati beat the Chiefs 1 year. It can happen. You know, it's not like Kansas City go to the Super Bowl every year. They go to the conference championship every year, but not the Super Bowl. You know, like the Patriots put them out 1 year. The Bengals put them out another year. What they had in common? They had really, really good quarterbacks. One was Tom Brady, one was Joe Burrow. Now this is Aaron Rodgers. I feel Aaron Rodgers have a better chance competing against Patrick Mahomes in an AFC championship game than Derek Carr. Derek Carr might not even get you that far in the playoffs. So if you gotta give up the farm for Aaron Rodgers, man, then you better go ahead and get yourself a condo in the city and sell that farm. Because you'll be ridiculous if you pass on a chance to have Aaron Rodgers for 4 years, but you got Derek Carr behind center passing balls to whoever your receivers are or whoever your receiver is going to be. You have the Jets got other problems other than quarterbacks that they need to figure out too. Sure do. So y'all figure that out because y'all could be a really good team. You have a really good coaching staff. You have some pieces. Y'all defense is outstanding. The only thing that was really, really bad was your quarterback, and you had a receiver that you didn't use. You know, that's the only thing really that was bad. Quarterback. Now you got 2 and possibly 3 because I'm not going to neglect the idea of Lamar Jackson in a New York Jet jersey. You know, like I'm not giving up. I mean, I'm not taking first round picks from the Jets because you already know they're 13 this year. Next year with Lamar Jackson and that squad, man, they might be deep in the playoffs, man. They might be like your first round pick might be like 27 or 28 or something like that. You giving up a 13 and a late 20 first round pick for Lamar Jackson? That'd be, man. GM will be fired. GM will be fired by 2026. The GM will be fired. Definitely. Like, man, get out of here. Making all these horrible moves against my team. But so we on quarterback watch with Derek Carr and Rodgers, Lamar Jackson. We on franchise tag watch, Daniel Jones, Za-Quan Barkley, and there's a coach's watch as well. Even though all the head coaching staff is all filled up, we didn't get a chance to discuss last week all the coaching staffs that was being filled up by the teams, including assistant coaches like Eric Benemy. Eric Benemy. I was very surprised when I saw that he took a offensive coordinator job for another team, especially the Washington Commanders. I was very surprised by that. I was like, man, you might as well stay in Kansas City. Why would you take an OC job on another team? When I saw Washington Commanders and Eric Benemy's name, I was thinking head coaching job. I was like, oh wow, he actually took a head coaching job for Washington. Okay, that's a bad job, but at least he got a head coaching job. Then I saw same position. I was like, why would he do that? Now I understand why he would do it. This is the typical. If you could do it, like basically, if I'm not the reason why you achieve this, then do it without me. Do it again. Do it again. And I think I feel like this was that. This was him saying to Andy Reid and the Kansas City staff, also to the general managers and owners of other teams that looks at Eric Benemy, and they saying, no, that's Andy Reid. Even though Benemy is calling the plays for Patrick Mahomes. But all the credit's going to Andy Reid. Why? Because it's Andy Reid. If he was on the Chargers with Brandon Stanley, he would have been had a head coaching job. There ain't nobody looking at Brandon Stanley like, oh yeah, you came up with these ideas because you that much of a genius. But Andy Reid, nah, man, we're going to look at Andy Reid. Now I'm not saying that race is not playing a part with this, because offensive coordinators for the Patriots under Eric Belichick is getting jobs. One of them is the head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders right now, and this is not his first job. So I do believe race is playing a part of it, of why he's not getting offers, but I don't think it's just race. I think in the beginning it was probably race was a bigger part. Now it's more of, well, you've been trying to get this job for years and nobody will hire you. It gotta be a reason for that. And I think that general managers and owners are thinking this. Why should I be the one to hire you if these other 12, 13 teams said no? Why should we do it? So I think he's getting a bad rep of like, like it gotta be some type of reason why he's not getting hired. I might not hire him because he's black. I might not hire him because nobody will hire him, and it gotta be a reason for that. And not to mention, don't think people don't talk. I'm pretty sure GMs and the owners are talking, and they telling their opinions about this man and why they didn't want to hire him. So this was a good move for Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy. This is a good move for him. He go to a team like Washington. He changed that offense around. The offense got dramatically better than they were last season and the season before last. the Kansas City Chiefs offense gets a